Yeah, you're back on a Global Business Report. Today's a Friday. Let's step into the business of healthcare sector. The majority of pharmacies in Nigeria pay for their products online, with 32.9% depending on direct bank transfers and 56.8% using point-of-sale systems and bank transfers. Now, the Inside Nigeria's Community Pharmacies Report, which was released by payment company Moniepoint, emphasizes the growing trend in Nigeria's pharmacy industry toward digital payments, in particular in reaction to the cash crunch of 2023. The crash resulted in major disruptions with cash-based transactions. Pharmacy operations have changed as a result of the widespread use of digital payments, which has improved financial management, strengthened supplier relationships, and improved customer experience. Now let's take this further. Emmanuel Abadi is a partnership specialist at Moniepoint, and he joins me now to point me to further discussion areas. Great to have you. Good morning. It's a Friday. It's been a very tough week, so let's just have the handshake and say, hope you enjoyed the week so far.
So far, so good. Thank God.
Yeah. Let's get some of these sorted out. How do community pharmacies and everyone in cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and elsewhere could see pharmacies springing up around the corner, the street
Correct.
corner? And this wasn't like that 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So it looks like something very new coming up. So how much gap are these folks making? How much impact are they making in terms of healthcare services that folks can reach into within a few minutes walk from where they reside?
Fantastic, and it's amazing the way you've captured it. If you look at the Federal Health Registry, we have about 38,000 hospitals and clinics in the country.
38,000? Really?
Yeah.
For 200 million people?
Exactly.
I'll just move on. Don't break my heart.
Exactly the point. But you see, what we've seen, like you've accurately captured, is that pharmacies are becoming the first point of call for many people, because like you've accurately captured as well, they're literally by your side. It's just by the corner. And we've seen a great rise in pharmacies, in treating minor illnesses like malaria, typhoid, common cold, that are prevalent in our environment. Something else is not necessarily to break your heart, but just give a little more perspective. So the World Health Organization says we should have, one medical doctor to about 600 patients. But can you already see the math? In our own environment, the numbers are improving, but we're currently at about one doctor to about 5,000 patients.
Are you calling that an improvement?
It's getting better.
You need to send me back to school.
No, it's getting better from where it used to be.
We were.
Yeah, but then we have other challenges that plague in the system. The Honorable Minister of Health last year said about 15,000 doctors have left Nigeria. And we're left with only about 55,000.
Medical doctors.
Medical doctors.
Professionals.
Correct.
In Nigeria.
Correct.
Now you're making my weekend. You give me a sleepless weekend.
No, but here's the good news.
Tell me.
Now, and why this case study is very important is because pharmacies are playing a very vital role.
In the value chain.
In the value chain. And not a lot of focus is given to them, but they're playing a very vital role. And now in 2015, there was new policy that said, pharmacies can begin to offer some level of diagnosis, to minor ailments before they are escalated to the health systems. If you look at the numbers as well, we need a lot. We need to share the load between the health facilities, and these pharmacies.
Between the hospitals and the pharmacies, yeah.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Numbers you're bringing in, and it goes to the heart of how things are going when you look at the number of people at the hospitals.
Correct.
And folks who are queuing to do one test at the other,
Exactly.
and what have you.
Exactly.
For 200 million people, we're just scratching the surface. But again, when you talk about Moniepoint, and I think the reason why you folks thinking for you, where you guys bring this report, is that, look, we're seeing something new in Nigeria. We're seeing bridging the gap.
Absolutely.
Build a bridge between, let's fix things quickly before it gets worse in terms of our healthcare. But what role is Moniepoint playing in improving payments and funding access? Because if we go back to our exchange, the currency changeover of towards the end of last year to the of 2022 to 2023, before the elections and the elections and what have you, that was a time to remember in a manner of speaking, if we want to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moniepoint is playing a transformative role, in the operations of these community pharmacies today. In so many diverse ways, all the way from offering reliable payment systems and working capital loans that help these pharmacies continue to operate efficiently. To interest you to find out that 76% of the income of these pharmacies goes back into restocking their pharmacies. So there is a good and a strong need for these pharmacies to access working capital loans. The prevalence of digital payment has also improved customer satisfaction because the reliability, the famous blue POS makes that successful beep sound when you make a transaction. One of the things that does is to improve trust and take away frustrations that plague the system prior to now. It has also reduced dependency on cash because the pharmacies are able to quickly stock up, and keep their operations running quickly.
Interesting. We're all getting sick these days, aren't we? Yes, because when you look
So
at
much is
because for the first time in my life,
Yeah.
and I'm heading towards 60,
Wow.
I see pharmacies opening 24 hours
Correct.
in Nigeria, when even petrol stations are not open 24 hours.
Correct.
I can't remember any fast food joint that operate 24 hours
24
in
hours.
Nigeria. But pharmacies are operating 24/7. That means that in the middle of the night, at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you can access a pharmacy around the corner.
Exactly.
If you have any, or your kids or whatever, family members.
Exactly.
And I think this is a revolution
Yeah.
taking place in Nigeria in our lifetime, that they run pharmacies 24/7. I never believed it would ever happen. But I'm seeing it, and I'm happy. But again, one of the issues that we've always had is quality of the drugs. If I can trust those drugs, what do you see on that?
That's the major issue plaguing the system today, counterfeit drugs. And this challenge is highlighted by the issue that happened in 2009, where about 84 kids died due to teething medicine. Very stark numbers there, and there is a big responsibility, on the pharmacies and everyone else within that value chain, in ensuring that they're doing careful checks, because today, 70% of the drugs in our markets are imported. That suggests that that system is susceptible to exchange rate issues and fluctuations. This also suggests logistics and supply chain issues, and so this has made room for counterfeit medicine to pervade the system, because people need something,
And they need it quickly.
They need it quickly, exactly, but there's no room for counterfeit medicine. It
shouldn't be tolerated.
Yeah, it shouldn't be tolerated, exactly. So we think that absolutely the responsible authorities should be more stringent, in the licensing and the monitoring of these facilities that spring up everywhere to protect our Nigerian citizens. And, the pharmacies as well doing their proper work in ensuring that they are not, shelving counterfeit products is also very important. And again, this just goes back to where, the solutions that Moniepoint is providing is continually helping these people.
Yes, I was trying to ask about the supplier.
Exactly, the
model,
relationship,
the value chain between the manufacturers or whoever is importing it. How does fintech, Moniepoint come into play there?
Oh, fantastic. So I think I should start first by mentioning that, at Moniepoint, we're very big on national development. We're very big on contributing to society. And over time, we've conducted case studies like this for various reasons, one of which is providing data and information to all of the stakeholders, within the ecosystem to know accurately what is happening. As regards this, we have established a relationship with the ACPN, the Association of Certified Pharmacists in Nigeria. I know a good deal of pharmacists within our ecosystem can leverage that relationship.
Are you giving credit to pharmacists?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In their thousands already.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Interest rate?
Yes.
At what level are we looking at?
So everyone who is within the Moniepoint ecosystem, that is actively doing business, that is verified, doing business very well. Now, you've mentioned something very interesting with this. Prior to now, only about 17% of pharmacies had access to loans from traditional systems. And I wouldn't blame the traditional systems, because there are a lot of bad actors when it comes to credit today. And so you would see a scenario where they would want you to operate for about 7 years, at least. You know what? Better phrase. Let me rephrase that. Those who access loans had been operating for about 7 years. There's a trust thing that you're trying to solve with that. And I can understand for the traditional systems. But, people like Moniepoint have successfully gone deeper, got into places, the underserved places where the traditional guys can't get to. with the kind of infrastructure that we have, anywhere that you can make a call, you can make a Moniepoint transaction. You know, and so this is definitely helping what's this, you know, the relationship between these pharmacies.
So you folks just go to the bottom of the pyramid.
Why everywhere?
And that's it, where the mass market is.
Yes, because
you're
there's
making
so
money
much.
off your cousins, the bigger cousins. The banks.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I don't want to offend anyone. Neither you. Let's leave it there for today. But it's been a very interesting conversation, bringing healthcare and finance together and see how we can improve our lives. Health, they say, is wealth.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. You're looking good as well.
Thank you very much. You know, you
Making
mentioned that you're almost 60. You don't look it. You're looking right about 30, 20. You know,
I'm trying to use good drugs and drug facilities there.
Absolutely.
But we all need it. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Health is wealth. The country needs it.
Absolutely.
A very healthy workforce. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Regards
you
to
very
everyone
much.
at Moniepoint.